So like I've been a partial suitor for like 8 years now, and finally last week I got myself a full suit. Different species but same character pretty much. Anyway, I'm yet to do any public suiting as him, so if I just run around in my place. Actually I think the debut will be at Furdu this year, so that'll be fun. So I guess this video will have to have a part 2 as like a post-con recap version of this. Just, you know, see if anything changed, anything I find, like that shit. But here's what I've noticed so far comparing like full suiting to partialing. The main one is cost. Both have added costs. For partialing, most people often get clothes that fit the theme of the character, like this, or this, or this. Or like, what about this? Yeah? No. What about this? Yeah? No. I've had 8 years of collecting these clothes. What about this, with like the pretty wings and shit? Yeah. So for full suiting though, it's generally more expensive. Like, I don't remember how much this guy cost me. Bye. But I know even with economic inflation, that it was at least 3 times more expensive. And that didn't even account for the extra cooling that a full suit needs. Which does bring me to point 2. Cooling. I'm so cool. Good. I am someone with quite a good heat tolerance. Growing up in Queensland and now living in Sydney. As you can see, Queensland, Sydney, the temperature difference, there's so much hotter up there. It's easy peasy. Anyway, I'm a bit better accustomed to the warmer weather. But doing the unboxing video before any of my cooling attire arrived, I was like panting and dripping wet, and it was only for like 10 minutes in suit. And it was at midnight as well. Being in a partial, I could be running around all day in the heat and the sun and be less sweaty than I was for that fucking unboxing. Oh god. And cooling vests ain't cheap either. $300 for the cooling vest, this thing, and another $150 just for the thermal wear clothing. This has a cat on it and it was only $20. It's like mobility. Now every suit is built different. But even then, a full suit, especially a digigrade suit, feels a lot more cumbersome. Cute AF, but not what I want to be wearing in a zombie apocalypse. No. Haha, I'm in danger. A partial, especially a mini partial like this, has a lot more movability. Since nothing is connected, you have full range of natural motion, limited only by the clothes that you wear. So a full suit, however, is a lot more connected. For me, my feet to my wrists, so the feet to the wrists to my neck, it's all one piece. The one piece is real. Now I'm not saying I'm fully limited in my movement, but more it's a bit like molasses. Like lifting up my arms, like this. So I have to lift up like the whole fursuit since it's all connected. But like in a partial, I lift my arms up and my shirt lifts up a little bit. But with that, that's it. The motion isn't connected to my pants or my shoes or anything like that. Like lifting my arms up, pants are still the same. It hasn't changed. My shoes, my footsies, no change. But in full suit, it is. I also put on a little bit of weight in between doing the duct tape dummy and actually getting the suit. So that might be part of the reason why too, but it still fits. Heh, but talking about extra pattern, Digilegs are quite thick. Even these bad boys, which are more of a slim digi, it's still a little bit awkward the walking. It does affect it a little bit. And those with like a lot of padding on the legs, it's like they're more waddling than walking. It's just like, ah. Oh yeah, that does bring up the next point too, yeah. Packing, storage, all that stuff. This entire get up and go is able to fit in a backpack or duffel bag for local mates. And hopping on a plane, he takes up like a third of a suitcase. Meanwhile, most full suits take up an entire suitcase alone. Which I realise my suitcase is green, so it's like hidden behind this green screen, great. Some even take this opportunity to put the heads on and take some photos, scaring any elderly into thinking that there's some kind of animal-based hijacking or something. Fly me to the Bermuda Triangle. I wish to talk with Poseidon. Anyway, suiting up and suiting down. Partialing is far quicker. Like, if you're already wearing clothes, it takes like 30 seconds. Ah, shit. But like for a full suit, I haven't timed myself, but I reckon it takes me at least 10 minutes. Partial is like tail, head, paws, go. Simple as that. A full suit is like first layer of thermal, then second layer of cooling, then you get your leggies in the holes, and then you put the belt through the tail hole, and then you get your shoulders over, and you zip it up carefully, and then finally put your pitsy paws on, and you put the head on, and then you put the paws on, and then you're done. Oh, and then you forget that you left your phone on the bed over there, so you have to go grab that and undo all this shit and redo it again. And that does bring up another good point: independence. First sitting, it's always said to make sure you have a handler. Someone who can look after you, make sure you're okay, all that kind of stuff. Usually helping by, holding some water, some kind of fan, helping you traverse terrain that, might be, with your limited vision, might be hard to navigate, all that kind of stuff. I've always been very bad when it comes to, I've always been very bad when it comes to that most events. Impartial, heat is a lot less of an issue, mobility is a lot less of an issue. Look, there can certainly still be issues, but for me, I could mitigate it enough that it's, the closest thing to having a handle I've had is like at a big con, I'm like, hey, can you hold this water for me? And then I just go and run off for 20-30 minutes, then I find them again later and go, okay, drink time now. A full suit, however, being far harder to regulate body temperature, mobility being harder, I'm gonna fall over, and generally just being a good bit heavier too, like realizing it with a vest and shit, it's a good probably couple kilos. It can be a lot riskier to go without a handle. So like I should try not to do the nah, she'll be right mate thing. I probably will though, and I'll regret it. But nah, she'll be right mate, everything'll be fine, it'll be all good. But yeah, that's what I've noticed so far. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, do all those kind of things. If I'm able to get this channel monetized before July, I might be able to claim this as a business expense. Oh yeah, and if you like gaming, I've got a gaming channel where I play video games and shit, and I'm really cool, and it's good fun, you should watch it. Yeah. Anyway. Attack! The grades shit. So I guess this video... Now I'm not saying that I'm fully limited in my movement. I'm so cool. Look at me, cool. I'm totally cool. Oh god, that's no...